Welcome to the Automotive Blockchain channel, everybody. Hey, all right, we are going to be covering this article real quick from Automotive World. This particular article kind of popped up in the news, and I wanted to address it in a couple of different ways. First and foremost, I don't know the author of this particular article. However, there are certain points in here that I do agree with, and ones where I'm like, where did that come from? So let's go ahead and get into this. All right, so let's look at the little subheader. By eliminating intermediaries and streamlining payment processes, blockchain-based systems, and I'll kind of translate that to also distributed ledger technologies, can address barriers to EV adoption, writes this particular author. All right. And now, we all know that society as a whole, I don't know if I necessarily agree with this statement, saying society as a whole has accepted the switch from internal combustion engines to ICE engines. I don't know if they've accepted it. It's just that the choices for choosing ICE or EVs is becoming limited. So it's kind of like they're being forced to accept it because, well, quite frankly, they don't have a choice, or choices are limited. So therein lies that one. But that being said, it is going to be a big switch coming over, whether it's going to be electric vehicles or the hydrogen engines as well. I do like what I see in the industry that's percolating up regarding hydrogen engines. It looks like those are going to provide some of the longer lasting, I think they'll provide some longer lasting solutions between EVs and ICE engines. So we have over here ICE and we have over EVs. I would place hydrogen engines in between there because you'll have the very clean energy side using hydrogen. And in some cases, I think hydrogen actually might be cleaner. But then you also have the performance that can come with the ICE along with that. So I think the hydrogen engines may turn out to be a pretty good solution. I understand that Mazda also is working on something that is in the works that it uses pretty much neither. So that'll be interesting to see how that one rolls out. All right, here we go. So now look at this. It says blockchain payments have the potential to make EV charging faster by reducing the time and effort needed for payment, thereby streamlining the overall process. Here's the thing. Who out there, and let me know in the comments, if you think that by speeding up the payment processing for this, for EV charging is going to cut like 15-20 minutes off of your charge time for your vehicle, let me know, because I have not heard of such things. Please put it in the comments. As a matter of fact, throw a reference in there, because I'm sitting here thinking that I don't picture a DLT in the whole wide world that I know of it right now where it's going to speed a 40-minute process of charging time up. I just don't see it. But anyway, this goes on to say that traditional payment methods such as cash and credit cards or mobile payments need a processor or intermediary to verify and authorize the transaction. That happens in split seconds. So I'm not sure what this particular article is referring, but it's not that long of a time. This can take time, especially if the payment system is slow or if there are issues with payment authorization. Now, here in the United States, we don't have that issue so much, but in other countries you do, and this particular article goes into that. However, there is something in this article I got a question. All right, check this out over here. It says, you might think this could be achieved by existing contactless payments. Yeah, I just said that. This would even cross the mind of most people in the developed world, such as the US and UK, etc. However, 14 billion people global. Hold on, pump the brakes on the Automotive Blockchain channel bus. Where are they getting 14 billion people globally? Where are they getting that from? Because if you go over to Google here and you type in world population, I didn't even finish typing it. It says 7.88 billion. Hey, you literally just doubled the population in this one article. So not knowing where these other, let's just call it 6.2 billion people are sitting, you might need to help me out with that. So, but many of whom that don't exist are in the developing world that don't exist are considered unbanked. Now here's the thing. This is clearly just a typo. I understand that. But the fact of the matter, this is real. There are many people across the world that are unbanked, and that's who he's referring to, who this author is referring to. So I do agree with Seth on that, and I do a hat tip to you on that. I'm not even going to focus on that. I did that tongue-in-cheek, so Seth, if you end up hearing this, it's just tongue-in-cheek. I know that was probably, it probably is 4 billion or 1 billion. More likely 1 billion people are probably unbanked globally. So these are people who lack the proper documentation or required to obtain official. There's just a lot of issues with some of the people who are unbanked. And I know that the Stellar Development Foundation, Stellar, is assisting with that in major ways, and I look forward to hearing more about that. But here we go, folks. So blockchain can help facilitate digital identities, and this is the interesting part that I wanted to discuss. Blockchain can facilitate digital identities for people without bank accounts in the developing world by providing a secure and decentralized way to verify and authenticate personal information without the need for traditional financial institutions. This article that Seth has written, this, in my opinion, is the big kind of icon, the star, the highlighted portion that people should focus on. So as I end this video, please keep in mind, all of you, that this entire, in my opinion, the blockchain decentralized ledger technology is about two things. From the financial side, it is first about the drones and algorithms associated with the drones that have nothing to do with people. The IoT out there, the operational technology that is out there. There is a lot more sensors and a lot more components out there in the world than there are people. That is, in my opinion, where most of the financial transactions will be going behind the scenes. Second to that, outside of the IoT, is going to be for the people who are unbanked. There's a lot of people out there that are unbanked. So I think that that's where a lot of the initial DLT, especially initial DLT for the human side, is going to go for the unbanked and the emerging economies, because there is so much money in the emerging economies, hashtag BRICS nations, that it's going to go crazy. Okay, so definitely pay attention to that. So as I close this out, by establishing an alternative way for people without bank accounts to set up and maintain a verifiable digital identity, blockchain can grant access to a variety of services and resources, including EV infrastructure that will be integral to the sustainable future transport network. Now, here's the thing. I don't necessarily agree that it's only going to be the electric vehicle infrastructure. I think equally so, hydrogen does have a place in this space, whether it be the United States, whether it be other countries, but it definitely has a place in the space. And it might not be with passenger vehicles. It might be with like the traditional passenger vehicles you see in the West. It might be with the tuk-tuks that you see all throughout Asia, India, etc., where it's those three-wheeled vehicles. It could be with those as well. So, hey everyone, there's a tuk-tuk right there for everybody, just in case you didn't know what that was. So you might have hydrogen associated with this, and that's the tuk-tuk, all right? So let me know what you think of this video. Go ahead and click like, subscribe. You know how it is. You know how the algorithms work. And hey, don't forget, this is the Automotive Blockchain channel, and I look forward to seeing you next time.